Welcome everyone back to the channel. Here we are working on our goal of making $50,000 this year in Doordash income alone. And here we are today, Saturday, January the 24th. Yes, there is a storm brewing. Oh my goodness, it's Saturday, January the 24th. We got a little bit of an early start. We plan on working 12 hours and making $180. Let's see what we can do. We're currently working the overnight shift. We started about 4 o'clock. We got a couple of $5 orders, and we just now picked up a $4.25 order, I think. And that is for White Castle. So because we're working the overnight shift, the only places that are open is White Castle's, Taco Bell, and we could get some Speedway orders if somebody really wants their Monster drink. And so we went ahead and turned on our shopping so we could also add CVS to that list. Your town may be different, but in my town, generally after 10 p.m., most places you're going to have to go through the drive-thru. You get a lot of fast food and places like that are open till midnight, 2 o'clock, things like that. But after 2 o'clock, we're pretty limited from about 2 till 6 a.m. Okay, so we just picked up at White Castle. White Castle is nearby all those restaurants I keep talking about, the Panera, the Chick-fil-A, and all that, and the hotels, and the condominiums, the houses that are right back behind there. We get a drop-off of the apartments, so we're literally going we're going 0.4 miles. Easy money. So a funny thing, living in a small town just on the outskirts of a major metropolitan area, I'm sure that this is like this in every city, but we have a lot of police, a lot of extra police, so to speak. Our county is called Hancock County. People from the city have nicknamed our county Handcuff County because they generally wind up getting in trouble when they come here. I don't think the police are actually targeting license plates and things like that like a lot of people think. I think that a lot of people from the city are used to city cops not paying attention, especially if you're used to driving the streets of the city rather than the expressways. You know, on the expressways of a city, usually you get the state police, and inside the city driving around, then you usually get the city cops, except for the direct downtown convention center, sports arena areas where you get a lot more state troopers. But I think it has to do with people just kind of being used to rolling through a stop sign or not using your turn signal 10 miles an hour over a speed limit, like driving 40 and a 30 or something like that. Well, small town cops really, it gives them a reason for something to do. I think that's a big part of it. But right there on the corner by White Castle is near our expressway, and so currently there are 3 police sitting there. There's 2 on one side of the road, the side that comes into town, and then 1 on the exiting side of the road. So not only would there be somebody to pull you over if you came off that expressway too fast, there'd be 2 backup officers, not to mention the other officers on the other entrances to town. So we got another order for Taco Bell, $4.50, going about 4.5 miles. So far, we've gotten White Castle, Taco Bell, White Castle, Taco Bell. That could be a pattern. But it is 5 a.m., so the other restaurants should be opening up soon.
I will now connect you to a team member. Have a nice day.
Welcome to White Castle. What can I get for you?
Yeah, I have a Doordash for David.
All right, pull around.
Thank you.
No problem.
We got a White Castle order, $6.70 going 12 miles. Not a great order, but the other option was I was sitting there just taking a nap. So we could be driving or we could be napping. We could be making money or we could be sleeping. Let's make money. So we took another 10-minute nap there, and we got an order from Speedway, just getting a drink and a candy bar off to a nursing home. One of the workers there. Finally get a real order here. Panera Bread just opened up, so we got $8.50 from Panera Bread going 4.7 miles. It'll be about a mile and a half, 2 miles to Panera Bread. So probably about 3.5 miles after we pick up the food. So not too bad. So we had a couple of small orders. We had another Panera Bread for $4 going 6.7 miles. We got a decent Hardee's order for $7 going 6.7 miles. I did take a small break. I actually went to Hardee's and had a little breakfast there and grabbed a coffee. And that's probably why I got that order at Hardee's. We've just gotten another order here, $5, go 1.7 miles at Starbucks. So we're going to go in and grab that, and hopefully we can stay busy throughout the rest of the day. It is 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Normally I don't get out quite this early. I would think things should be picking up very soon. I was very excited there about the early start, getting out about 4 in the morning. We got off to a real good start there, I felt, with getting to about $40, $45 right away. Right when all the other restaurants opened up, it just stalled. It's like we weren't getting, part of it was on me. I took about 20 minutes or so to get something to eat, but still, felt like we should be a little bit busier right now. Man, I don't know how long I was out that time, but these little pause and waits and 10-minute naps, it's interesting for sure. I think that's about the third time waiting on that order, and then ding, you're awake. Kind of. Let's go. Let's see. What do we got here? It is Chick-fil-A, $5. I'm going 2.6 miles. Oh, we just got a high dollar order, $12. We are going 11 miles for White Castle, but that sure beats sitting around trying to take a nap. So after that long order, we are coming back into town and we get an order from Chick-fil-A, $7, going 8.9 miles. We got about 2 miles to get to Chick-fil-A. We're nearing our normal morning start time, so we've gotten a good bonus here, getting an early start today. We're getting reports now that the snow is going to be more tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, so we may be pretty clear for this afternoon, so we may be able to go all the way up until our normal Saturday evening time. We just got an order. I was misreading it. I was thinking it was saying to pick up by 10:40. It's currently 10:20. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a long wait. Deliver by 10:40. That's the projected delivery time. But it is from Steak and Shake, $8, going 4 miles. It's a decent order. So we're doing fairly decent so far today. It's been steady. It hasn't been very busy. There's not much traffic out. It's really weird. It feels like it's a Sunday morning early or a Christmas holiday or something. There's no traffic. Same was last night. Like everybody got all prepared yesterday and they're wore out from preparing for this big snow fest that's coming. But we've been at it for about 6 hours. And we've made about $90, so we're right on track to do $180 in 12 hours. That wound up being a really good order. We received the order at 10:20. We were supposed to drop it off by 10:40, and we dropped it off by 10:34. So 14 minutes it took us, $8.75. That's $17.50 for a half hour. That would be $35 an hour. It's not bad. But then you get the $2 orders and you get moments where you're just... It always balances out. It's all about the law of averages. Don't look at the big hype of the big orders and don't get down by the really low orders. Everything's going to average out. And keep in mind, this is the worst month of the year that we're starting in. Think about that. If this is the worst, then we're doing okay. So sometimes some of you may be looking at the videos and you're like, man, he's not even making $200 a day, but he wants to make $50,000 in a year. Wait till peak season. Wait till we try dashing in other areas too. There's a lot of variables that go along with all different kinds of gig work. It's like my landscaping work. How many lawns am I mowing in January? How many bushes am I trimming in January? How many trees am I cutting in January? Well, I haven't gotten an order yet. It's about 10:45. We should be getting a lot more restaurants opening up. The sandwich shops, those tend to open, Jersey Mike's and Subway and things like that generally tend to open up about 10:30, something like that. And then, of course, the dinner places like Applebee's, Montana Mike's, things like that will open up about 11 o'clock. So we should be getting a lot more restaurant options opening up here in the next few minutes. Since I haven't gotten an order, I'm actually going to go home and double check. I've got some beans working. It's a Mexican bean recipe. It's basically pinto beans, some tomatoes, onions, peppers, a little bit of cumin chili powder. So it's been cooking since 4 a.m. So I'm going to go stir it, just double check it, make sure it's all okay. and then it'll be ready when we're all done this afternoon. Make some cornbread with it. That'll be good. Who doesn't like cornbread? Come on now. Let's be honest. Who doesn't like beans and cornbread? Oh, got a little ham hock in there too. Okay, I don't know if there's something wrong with the phone connection or the app or Doordash's connection to their towers or something because of the storm. But which we're not getting any storm bits right now right here where we are. I went home about 10:45 to go stir my beans. So maybe 10 minutes or so I paused it and then I unpaused it and I've been like waiting here. It is now almost 11:30 and I still don't have an order. It says average wait time 1 to 2 minutes. Traffic's going, all the restaurants are open. I closed the app, I paused it and reopened it again. I'm like, I don't know, man. It gets very frustrating when this happens because you know it's an issue with the app or some sort of a connection thing. It's not the fact that I'm not getting orders. I'm not being shadow banned by Doordash. Yeah, the other thing I think about is, did I get a complaint or something that dropped my rating, and maybe because of that complaint they pushed me back in the algorithm? Well, let's review this before we give them a good order or something, you know what I mean? And so I checked my rating. Customer quality issue is now gone, so we're back up to 99%. But yeah, the only other thing, there's two other things that we could do. Next best thing is to pause orders, go back into the app to where the app is, swipe it, apps. Yeah, I think to force close it, you go settings, apps, you find the Dasher app, and then force stop, which should be the same thing as closing. The next thing is to go into Google Play, search for Dasher app for drivers. There is an update. There it is. That could be it. So we go into Google Play, we go to Dasher app for drivers, and then we update. There was an update, so we update that. And then the last bit is to go ahead and restart the phone altogether. We swipe the app. That didn't seem to fix it, so we closed the app. Then we checked for an update, and now we're restarting our phone. And all of those things should do it. The only other option, if that doesn't seem to fix it to where it feels more normal, would be to actually uninstall the app and then reinstall the app, which is kind of a pain because then you kind of have to go back through. Sometimes you have to do the selfie verification and all that crap, relog in and all that kind of stuff. But it's another 5 minutes, so it's not that big a deal. I've waited for a half hour without an order, so what's another 5 minutes? But it's just kind of the whole point of it. Okay, there we go. Let's double check our temperature here for the next couple of days. It is now saying today is going to have a low of 10 degrees, so that's not too bad. Then the next couple of days is all going to be sub-zeros in the evening. The highest temperature is going to be Friday, which is 4 degrees above zero. Highest temperature during the daytime is going to be Tuesday at 20 degrees. So everything is totally below freezing from now till 2 weeks from now. Now let's turn on our Dasher app, resume the dash. All right, so all in all, that took 3.5 minutes to go through all those steps. And while I did that, I was sitting in the apartment complex that I normally go to. So now let's go ahead and start driving. We'll drive back to where we normally go, to the Panera Bread, and hopefully we'll have an order by then. Gosh, I'm getting so flippin' hot. Okay, so I did everything known to man to fix the app on my end. So then I contacted support and said, you're quoting a 4-minute time between orders, but yet I've waited an hour. What's going on? And then it gives me, of course, the bot gives me the normal step-by-step. Well, sometimes it could be busy, could be slow. There could be more Dashers in your area. I'm like, look, 4 minutes, 1 hour, not even close. Is there a problem with the app is my question. I'm asking, is there a problem with the app? And then it goes through a whole long thing, and then at the bottom it says, there will not be a problem with the app. Really? Any bot that says, oh, there's no problem with our software, you're lying. We go through one more exchange of conversation there, still polite. Amazingly, I get an order. Imagine how that works. We are at Chick-fil-A, and we are doing $9.10 for 4.9 miles. Imagine how we get a really nice order when we say, why am I not getting orders? Yeah, I was just about to question the orders again. Got another order now, finally. Qdoba $7.10 going 2 miles. That's good. Plus it says the total will be higher, which means there's going to be an extra tip on the back end. Sometimes it's only a quarter, sometimes it's a couple of dollars. But either way, $7 for a couple of miles is very good. Well, I got a little preoccupied and I forgot to check and see how much the tip was on that one where it said the total will be higher. But now we got another one, $7.10. Total will be higher. And we're going 0.3 miles. So it's this Starbucks right here, which is basically where I was parked. And then I'm probably going to maybe one of the businesses here in this general area. Also, we double checked, and that other order was an extra $1. It amazes me how some of these employees just spend so much quality time on the little minute details, like placing the stickers on the drink cup, the safety seal on the drink cup, little tags on the flaps on the bags right here. They peel them off and they place them on the bag ever so perfectly, making sure that everything matches. You know, these Starbucks bags are horrible. You have to literally hold on to them. Because a lot of times they'll put one drink in like a little small piece of bread or something, a muffin or something. The muffin doesn't weigh anything. The little piece of toast doesn't weigh anything. But that drink is so heavy, it tips the bag right over. They've got to come up with a better design on that. I would say the average Starbucks is going to an individual lonely person. No, I'm just kidding. But the average Starbucks is going to a single person a lot of time. All right, so we got Country Inn and Suites going right here. Let's get this thing dropped off. You know what was really strange? That one on the total will be higher, the second one, was $7.10 also. And it was exactly $1 more. How is it that a customer is going to tip the exact same amount between two totally different customers who choose that option, total will be higher? Very strange, Doordash. Very strange. Coincidences. There's no coincidences, all right? Two people back to back, total different restaurants, total different locations. One was in a hotel, so they're probably not from around here. Not a coincidence. Doordash is playing with money. What I was meaning there with people being extra particular is back when I worked in restaurants, I had a saying, don't make love to it. Now hear me out. Probably get in trouble for saying something like that nowadays. The whole thing is, yes, you don't want to be so speedy that you're sloppy, but at the same point, there starts to be a point of diminishing returns no matter what job you do, where you just focus so much on the minute details that a lot of different jobs, yes, there are some jobs where you want to focus on those details, but there's a lot of these jobs where placing the sticker on the bag, imagine this Starbucks bag, it has 3 stickers, 2 going one way, 1 going the other way to seal it. 9 times out of 10, at least one, if not multiple, ones of those stickers actually come off. They pop off. It's the nature of the bag, the way the adhesive is on that particular type of bag, the way that the bag wants to open itself back up, and the fact that you've put something into the bag that expands the bag already. So all those things working against that, with the adhesive not being that good, means that all those things, they're spending so much time on it. You know, imagine if you can, somebody making cheeseburgers at a McDonald's, okay? Yes, you could spend a lot of quality time angling and perfecting exactly how that cheese goes on that patty. Like, let's say you spend 4 seconds on each slice of cheese. Once you've done that cheese enough time, you're going to know exactly how to put it on there in about half a second. Now, do those extra 3.5 seconds really impact the customer experience that much? Or imagine, if you will, a person that is so particular where they place the burger on the grill, how they flip the burger over on the grill, how they put the cheese on the burger, how they pull the burger off the grill, how they put the bun down, and now how they put the burger on the bun, and now how they put the bun on top. So what is that, 5, 6 steps? Now imagine 3 seconds times 5 or 6. See where I'm going with this? There's a point of diminishing returns that 3.5 seconds on every single one of those steps now costs you 20 seconds of productivity on an item that probably takes 70 seconds to make. So you've now increased the production time what, like 20-30%? Imagine if you did that in an auto factory, what the cost involved would be if every car manufactured took 20 or 30% longer to make. I mean, yeah, this guy placing, he's peeling the stickers off of the thing, putting them on the bag. He did the same thing with the styrofoam drink containers, pulling them out from each other. The way he placed it in the bag had to be, and I get that you want to put it in, nicely. You don't want to be sloppy and things like that. I get that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying rush it and be sloppy. I'm saying that there is a point where you've now ruined the timeliness of it. So much so that it's actually affecting the customer experience. All right, here we are. We're sitting in our Panera, and right over here is Chick-fil-A, and we get an order for Chick-fil-A. $4.60 going 4 miles, I believe. Another decent order. For about the next 45 minutes, we still have a promotion going for plus $1 per order. So that's good. We got another order here from Taco Bell, $7.25, 1.6 miles. The only problem with that is delivered by 1:27. And as soon as I arrived, I clicked I arrived, which was maybe a minute or two after I accepted the order because I was just a few blocks away. It says pick up by 1:27. Now, how can I pick it up and deliver it at the same time? Come on, Doordash. I wish, it's like the times are constantly in flux. Deliver by a certain time. Oh, yeah, but pick it up by this time. And then when you pick it up, then your delivery time changes. I wish it was just a set time so that there was a set standard based upon the amount of miles, the amount of things being there. I know that there's a lot of other factors, such as traffic. I've had that complaint before, that sometimes there's certain traffic, like this particular road right here at 5 o'clock. We're on a main road. It's hard for me to get out at 5 o'clock. So even though it's only going, like let's say the order is only going half a mile, it sometimes takes me 3 minutes just to get out of this parking lot. And we got another good Taco Bell order, $8.75, and the total will be higher. Going 2.9 miles, 8.75 plus 2.9 miles. Another good Taco Bell order. Only bad thing is at this Taco Bell we generally do have to wait a little while. Okay, so that order wound up being $9.27. The funny thing about that was we went from Taco Bell to this residential area. Then we went back to Taco Bell, then back to the exact same residential area, the exact same neighborhood, literally one street over. There's just a lot of coincidences with Doordash. How does that happen? Okay, well, we went another 20-30 minutes without an order. I swear there's got to be something wrong with the app for it to be like 2 o'clock on a Saturday, right before a snowstorm. How do we not get an order? It's like crazy. I mean, it's a peak day, it's a peak time, it's middle of lunch still. I mean, the ending of lunch, but still. Some people don't even wake up till noon on Saturday. I mean, 2 o'clock should be a peak time for people ordering stuff. Especially people not wanting to get out, realizing there could be a snowstorm of the century any minute. We got a order from Applebee's, $8.60 going 9.8 miles. So I don't really like the mileage because it's taking me out by the time I come back 3 o'clock-ish. Yeah, which definitely is not peak time. But there is also a plus $1. So that means that this customer expected me to go 760, 9.8, 10 miles basically. So the customer tipped me $5 and some change for an Applebee's order. It's alright. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's the law of averages. Remember that. Yeah, I probably won't be taking orders out here into farmland tomorrow. Definitely the calm before the storm. There's no snow on the ground at all. It is a little bit cold right now. It's a little warmer than I thought it was going to be, honestly. I thought it was going to be a lot colder today, but apparently the cold is going to be behind the storm. So once the storm hits later tonight, definitely into tomorrow, then as we get into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's going to be really, really cold. Okay, so here's a decent order. We just rolled back into town. Chipotle, $7.50. We're going 2 miles. Let's go. Okay, so we just dropped off that order. We got another order right away. $10.10 going 6.9 miles from the China Inn, which is right here. So we basically just passed it. Okay, so it's 4:30 on Saturday, and the snow is just now starting. So we'll kind of see how this looks a little bit later. But hopefully I can dash either later tonight or tomorrow just a little bit. So how do we do for Saturday, January the 24th? We wanted to work for about 6 hours and make $90. Now remember, Saturday evening is the evening that we spend with our friends. But also, we wound up starting early because I knew there was a storm coming sometime on Saturday afternoon, maybe Sunday. They kept kind of changing it and pushing it out a little bit further. So at first we thought it was going to be Saturday afternoon. Wound up working 12 and a quarter hours. DoorDash paid me $64.80. We got $110.63 in tips, so we made $175.43, well over our normal goal of $90 for a Saturday. We did spend $55 in gas. There was a lot of downtime, especially earlier on. Brought our total expenses to $55. The way things worked out, we actually started around 4 a.m. and we worked throughout the day and everything. Took a couple of small breaks and everything, but overall, it was a fairly successful day and a day that we really needed to kind of help make up some ground. If you are enjoying the series, don't forget, hit that thumbs up. I appreciate you all so much, and everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day.